creating this new temporal event sequence resulting in this alternate reality.
Yo, out in the land where my people in the sand, hesitating, going road with the plan, taking over what we used to have back in the days, washing our clothes without polluted H2O, electricity, never thought of sources of light, from the flames of freedom and liberty, society, living equally, never separated, torn apart, from religion, mystery, only the truth that God is the man in victory over the enemy, looking at eye at everything, taking in forces of power, physically, lyrically, mentally, thinking emphatically for situations above the clouds where the gates of heaven open up for a couple of bucks, action away for the building of the never to die culture. It's sad living life without uses of intelligence, making sense through lyrical arts. It's a start to the end, chance to breathe.
I'm going back to before the war, before the job market crashed and more became poor. Going back to the belief in the system where innocence is free and ignorance is imprisoned. Going back to the peace you can find in the design of a rhyme that gives sight to the blind. Going back before economic collapse, when the boat was afloat and we hoped it would last. Going back, I was only a boy with no fear of getting drafted and being deployed. I would go to bed at night and wake up on time, and I would listen to the stereo and make up a rhyme, and life was good. I never understood the mysteries of the past and history like I should. Religiously wore the mask and physically wore the hood, where visibility lacked, originality stood. Primitive life developed a path, giving light to intelligent math, a slight grasp on the pulse of an unpredictable existence, taking a sudden interest in the mist in the distance. Going back to a time when the public thrived, struggled to survive, juggling knives. I go back to those moments to learn not to fall. If you don't look back, you're not a person at all. Going back to before the war, before the job market crashed and more became poor. Going back to the belief in the system where innocence is free and ignorance is imprisoned. Going back to the peace you can find in the design of a rhyme that gives sight to the blind. Going back before economic collapse, when the boat was afloat and we hoped it would last.
What's the point of going back? It's the point of no return. You don't like to face facts, you could join them in the urn. Put your patience to a match and destroy it if it burns. Clairvoyant when I rap, employing what I learned, like avoiding going backwards. A capture trapped in past actions. Limit my reactions, watching my response. No way to build defenses for the missiles I launch. It haunts every single move they make to prove they wait. Hesitate, shaking in the moment of truth. It's checkmate. Check the pulse of my opponent for proof. Flatline, past time should be left in the past. Never see your shattered dreams till you step on the glass. Reflect back and your neck snaps, that's where you crash. Foresight's necessary if you're living too fast. Hourglass is the measure in the hands of death. Do you focus on the past or the sadness left?
I'm going back to before the war, before the job market crashed and more became poor. Going back to the belief in the system where innocence is free and ignorance is imprisoned. Going back to the peace you